All right, we're going to start on our backs. Come on down. Just take those arms overhead and your legs out nice and long. Get a nice big stretch. Point the toes. See if you can hook your thumbs up over your head and your palms face the ceiling. And then try to pull the arms apart as you hook those thumbs and reach the toes. And then you draw your ribs in and take one more big breath here. Get as long as you can. And then exhaling, bringing the knees into the chest. Go ahead and give those a little hug. Make some flexing and pointing with the toes or little circles with the feet. Good, and then place both feet on the floor and just cross your right leg over your left, just like you would if you were sitting at a table. And then you're gonna move your hips a little to the right. Okay, so you've got your right leg over your left. Your hips move to the right, just an inch or two, and then just drop the knees over to the left. You can take those arms up into cactus arm, and just take like 3 breaths here. Letting that right shoulder be nice and heavy. One more big breath there. Let that exhale relax those knees closer towards the floor. Good. Slowly bringing it back up through center. Uncross the legs, move the hips to center, and then cross left leg over right. Hips move a little left of center, and then the knees drop over to the right. Take 3 deep breaths here. Let the left shoulder feel nice and anchored. Let every exhale, encourage the knees to get a little closer to the floor. One more. Good. Bring it back up. Uncross the legs, move the hips back into center. And then keep your feet on the floor. Hands are just going to come behind the head. We're just going to start with a simple crunch. Okay, so I want you to just pick your head and shoulders up off the ground. Look down towards your belly button. And then we're going to lift the chest up towards the ceiling. And then I want to hover so that you don't touch the floor with your shoulder blades. So this crunch up is just this additional little crunch to an already contracted abdominal area. So you're feeling like you're lifting your shoulders, and the crunch is going to bring the shoulders and chest up just another couple inches. So again, stay off those shoulders the best you can. Press down into the feet. As you come up, I want you to exhale. So I want you to exhale, let your air and push your belly down towards your spine, kind of flatten everything out. We're not resting here. We're just coming right back up. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Knees are going to come in towards elbows to tap, and then they're going to tap back towards the floor. So your knees come in, tap the elbows, and the heels come down, tap the floor. Come up, lower down. Try to keep that heavy low back on the ground. So as the heels go down, you don't feel as though you're pulled into an arched position. And at the top here, where your knees come towards your elbows, see if you get your hips to peel up just a little bit. They're going to little lift. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, hold the legs up in tabletop. We're gonna send the legs out to that 45, pull it back in. Out on that 45-degree angle from the body, and then back in. You can take the legs as high as you need to keep the low back down. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold those legs out, little kicks. They're just crossing the legs, crossing, crisscross, crisscross. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, give a little hug. Good, take the legs out straight so they're nice and long. Arms are gonna reach overhead as you stretch again. And we're going for our full roll up here. So we're gonna roll all the way up. Hands come up, heads come up, shoulders come up, sit up tall on the sit bones. And then we're gonna reach past the toes with that flat back. Sit up tall, slowly roll back under, tucking the tail, taking it all the way back. And all the way up. So at the top of that movement, you're hinging from your hips to reach past those toes. Sit up, slow, roll back. Let's get 4 more like this. Here's 3. 2 more. 2. Last one. Good job. Just tuck and roll back to that halfway point. So now we're scooping that tail underneath you. You're going to bring the ribs down towards the top of your pelvis. And just holding the hands here, we're going to just take the right leg, pick it up, tap it to the outside of your mat, and bring it back to center. Left leg picks up, taps to the outside of your mat, back to center. So we're just going back and forth with these little taps and tap. Good, just hold the arms there. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1 more round. Good, hold your legs in this position. We're just doing this little tuck of the tail, halfway back up. Tuck it under, halfway up. So drop your ribs towards your pelvis, minimize the space between them, push your tail underneath you. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to rotate to the left, back to center. Rotate left, center. So if you need to bend your knees, you can always bend your knees here, tuck your tail underneath you, flex your feet. You can keep legs straight. Here's 7, 6. The arms are kind of making this little bit of a circle here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it to the left. Now we go back an inch and up an inch. So it's real small. Get your right sit bone heavy on the floor. And we're just doing this little lean back and up. Tail's tucking under, and you're coming back up just halfway. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Little twist. Little twist. Just this last little rotation here. Making it small. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Sit up tall. Reach past the toes. Good. Back up tall, and we're going back into that scooped position. So again, I'm pushing my sit bones underneath me, pubic bone towards my belly button, and now I'm going to rotate right, center, right, center. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here to the right. We're going back and up, back and up. So we're staying rotated and just tucking that tail and leaning back. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, little twist. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, roll it up. Reach for the toes. This time you can round the back, point the toes, and just let the head fall towards your knees or your shins. Just gonna let your back round. Take one more big breath here. Good. Roll it up. All right, come on over those hands and knees to all fours. And we're gonna have a weight, so go ahead and reach down, grab a weight, or bring it close by. You can put them in the front of your mat, but we'll take just that one weight into the left hand, okay? So for this, we're gonna take right leg back behind you, left weight's gonna get the hand, or our hand's gonna get the weight, and we're gonna bring this elbow up towards your ribs. So we're gonna just start bending and straightening the left arm. Okay, this is our action here, left arm moving, elbows up, and then we're gonna pick up that right leg. You're just gonna hold the right leg here. I want you to pull the ribs in, and I want you to feel like every time you straighten that arm, your leg is straight, and then as you bend your elbow, you're gonna bend your knee. We're gonna try to keep the leg up at hips level. Good, so it's kind of just have to get your brain moving together, but the knee and the elbow are gonna bend at the same time. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the arm and the leg straight, little lifts. So I don't want to see much of your low back changing. I want you to feel like your core is really cinched in and the lift is coming from your glute and your hamstring. Back of the shoulders lifting up. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Take the arm and the leg out a few inches, squeeze them back in. Take them out a few inches, squeeze them back in. There, the arm is up at level with your hip. Thumbs turn to the floor. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your left arm down towards the floor, and now we're gonna bend the right knee, and as you take your arm out wide, you're gonna move your right knee out to the side of the room. And back down. If you need to you need to flip your mat up so you have extra padding under that left knee, go for it. But otherwise, arm's gonna go out to a T, knee is gonna go out wide. Arm to a T, rotate the knee open. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, cinch in that waistline. 3, support your low back. 2, hold that arm up. Little pulse of the arm, little pulse. Pulse, just hold the knee up, little pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all down. Good job. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So again, if you need to fold up your mat for that right kneecap, go ahead. Now that weight's gonna go in your right hand. You're gonna step the left toes to the back of the mat. Right elbow is gonna come up to your ribs, and we'll just start by bending and straightening that right arm. So once you got that action going, we're just gonna pick up the left leg and then straighten and bend at the same time. Arm and leg are both bending at the same time, straightening at the same time. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So as much as we're working the arm and the leg, I want you to really be feeling your core have to turn on here. Last one, hold them both straight. Little lift, lift. So I'm trying not to change my core. I'm trying to get my leg as straight as I can get it. And I'm gonna lift from that glute. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, take it out a few inches, back into the body. Out a little wider than the mat, back to the body. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring that right hand down towards the floor, left knee down towards the floor. So now, right arm's gonna go wide like a T, left knee is gonna go out wide like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So keep that knee bent, and we're moving in opposition. Here's 8. You should feel your core here, especially 7, having to turn on and cinch in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Here's your little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Set those weights up to the front of your mat. Go ahead and bring your hands down, your knees down, and just get a couple cat and cows here. Round and lift. Round the back. Lift the sit bones in the chest. 2 more. Last one. Good. All right, we're gonna stay on this right hand, but you're just gonna swivel that right foot behind you and this left leg out long. You're gonna reach down and grab for that left hand weight again. And now from here, I'm gonna take my arm all the way up and just down to shoulder height. I'm going up, down to shoulder height. Up, down to shoulder height. I'm gonna lift my left leg and lower. Lift, lower. Good. Making your brains work today. Here we go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your leg where it is. Elbow's gonna bend into the ribs, push up. Bend into the ribs, push up, just hold the leg up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, get your ears back. 1, bring that elbow to your ribs. Just rotate now, hand down towards your belly. Rotate the hand up to the ceiling. The rotation's happening from that upper arm. Just holding my leg up. Here's 8, 7. I want you to feel that squeeze on the outside of your hip. Maybe a little bit of your glute. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to parallel. Last set. Punch forward, pull back in. Punch forward, pull back in. 8, 7, 6, 5. Get that leg up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Place that weight down. Drop the foot to the floor. Stretch the left arm over the ear. Get this nice big size stretch. Good. And then left hand can just come to the hip. That left leg's gonna come up. You're gonna bend it in towards your chest. Push it back out across the room. Bend it in, push it out. In, out. Here's 7, 6. I'm trying to imagine I'm up against the wall with my shoulders and my head and my hip. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn your toes slightly towards the floor so you feel like they're kind of rotated downward. Hips are still square to the side of your mat. And then little lift here of that left leg. 10, 9, 8, should be right here, 7, that crease, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come on down. We're gonna go to the other side. So I'm just gonna flip myself over. Right leg's gonna go out long, left hand's on the floor, left knee's on the ground, right hand gets the weight. We're gonna start here at the shoulder height, and go all the way up, and all the way to shoulder height. All the way up, shoulder height. I'm gonna pick up my leg, tap the floor. Leg and arm come up, leg and arm come down. Good. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the arm and leg up. So the leg stays the same. Elbows bend and press up. Elbow bends, press up. So you can get your hips a little more flat. Get that leg up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow at your ribs. Rotate the hand to the floor, to the ceiling. To the floor, to the ceiling. There's 7, 6. Try to keep that leg squeezing up. 5. Get your belly in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands parallel to the floor. Punch it forward, pull it in. Punch it forward, pull it in. There's 8. Get that leg up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Place the weight down, foot down, stretch the arm up over the head. Good. Bring that right hand onto the hip. Right up leg is going to lift. Keep it up at hips height. Bend the knee to the chest. Push it back out. Knee to the chest. Push it back out. So watch you're not hinging way back as that knee comes in. Try to stay up right over your knee, over that left knee. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Rotate those toes to the floor. Little tap, lift. Little lift. Little tap down, lift. Doesn't have to go all the way down. I just want you to feel those toes going towards the floor. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. So maybe one more little stretch here. And we'll come all the way down onto all fours. Make sure those weights are back at the front of your mat. And we're just going to step back into your plank. Good. Looking forward with your chest. We're going to send those hips back. So we're going to move pretty big here. We're in that plank, and then we're all the way back to the hovering shins. And then we're back forward into our full plank. Push back towards the hips, towards the heels, and forward. Back and forth. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, hold it back, little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back, pedal the feet, downward facing dog. So we're trying to get those sit bones up to the ceiling, dropping opposite heel, and bending the knee. Keep pushing those hands forward. And draw your ribs up away from your thighs. Good. Let's take that right leg up and back. Reach back. Good. Bring it forward. Tap that right elbow. Send it up and back. Left elbow. Send it up and back. Let's step between the hands. Come on up. Crescent lunge, nice and slow. So I want to stretch the front of this left leg real quick. Take that pubic bone up, soften the knee. I want you to really feel this pelvis come upright so you can find this big stretch to the open front of the hip. And then we're going to interlace the palms behind you. If you can't get your hands towards each other, you can grab for your elbows. Otherwise, palms come towards each other, elbows bend. You can keep the elbows bent, but squeeze them in towards each other, and then start to go towards a straighter arm, or you can keep them bent, but just take the hands away from your hips. Good, give me just maybe a couple more breaths here, holding. Good, hinge it forward. Keep that opening into the chest. Keep those hands lifting away from the floor. Just leaning forward over that right leg. Give me one more breath here. And then warrior three, we're gonna come all the way up. Keep those hands bound. Pick the leg up. Good, sit down in your chair. So you're gonna place your left foot next to your right, and then release your hands. Let them float forward. Okay, so we're in this chair position. Knees are together, feet are together, but maybe just ankle bones, but the heels can kind of slightly kick out. So my big toes are together, but the outer edges of my feet feel pretty parallel to the outer edges of my mat. And again, I'm gonna sit down in my chair. I want my knees to stay behind my toes a little bit, but I wanna lift my belly up off my thighs. So I just have a little bit more length to go back. All right, so from here, we're gonna pop up onto the toes. When you feel your heels lift, you're gonna lean forward a little more so your upper body becomes more parallel to the ground. You're gonna swing your hands back. So you're in this kind of like launching off a ski hill position. And then you're gonna lower the heels, lift the chest, and sit in that chair again. So lower the belly, lower the chest, parallel to the floor, lift the heels, reach the hands back, lower the heels, lift the arms, lift the chest, lift the belly, sit in the chair. So we're not really coming up and down with the hips as much as just lifting the heels, extending forward, and then lowering the heels and lifting the torso. Give me just two more like that. Balance. And up. One more. Good job. And then belly's gonna hit your thighs. Legs are gonna go towards straight, and you're gonna fold over the legs. Inhale, look forward. You can soften your knees, get a flat back. Exhale, place your hands on the floor, step yourself back into your plank, and hold yourself there. Just holding this plank position, tail towards your heels, chest forward, drag your hands back and your toes forward. Feel that shake. Give me one more breath. Lower the knees, look forward, get your shoulders over your fingertips a little bit and bend the elbows to tap and straighten up. Chaturanga push-ups. Here we go for 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to your belly. Take your right arm out at a diagonal so that it feels like it's kind of going towards the corner of your mat. Rest your right ear on the floor, and we're just going to roll onto that right side for this chest stretch. That left leg can just float. It can bend, it can step behind you. But we're trying to roll on that right hip and stretch the muscles of the chest between the sternum and the shoulder. One more breath here. Good. Roll back to center. Left arm, same thing. So it's kind of going out a little bit of a diagonal from the body. So the hands a little higher than your shoulder. Your ear can rest on the floor. And then you're going to roll to your left side. Now I'm keeping my shoulder lifted away from the floor, slightly pressing into that left hand, and really feeling that muscle of the chest hit the stretch. Maybe 2 more breaths here.
Roll all the way back to your belly. Take those hand weights into your hands, and we're gonna come up into this kind of cactus arm position, and you're gonna pick up those arms. We're just gonna reach them back towards your hips, palms face the floor, and then bring them back forward to the cactus arm. Head and chest are lifted, toes are on the floor. I'm just gonna swing my arms back and forward, back and forth. Here we go for 7, 6, 5, palms are facing the ground, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hands back, turn the pinkies up, little lift of those arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place those weights down on the ground, bring those elbows back to that cactus arm, and we're gonna reach forward, pull in. Reach forward, pull in. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach back towards your feet, lift your legs up, give one more big lift, and hands come into the elbows. Tuck your toes, either push back to the knees or a full push-up, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Left leg's gonna go up and back. We're gonna tap that left elbow, bring it up and back. Tap your right elbow, bring it up and back. Step in between the hands. Coming up, crescent lunge. So we've got our hips square to the front. Our feet are about hips width distance apart. We've got that feeling of the belly pulling up and pelvis being upright. And then my right heel is gonna try to reach back. So I feel that whole front compartment of the right thigh, right hip, getting that stretch. And then we're gonna grab for the hands behind us again in the weird way, right? You're gonna cross your fingers the way that feels kind of more unnatural. You're gonna bend your elbows, squeeze them towards each other, and then start to take the hands a little bit away from your hips. Chest is lifted, holding here. Give me about 5 breaths. Keep trying to find the finesse in the pelvis so you feel that thigh stretching, feel the hips working. Check where your head carriage is. Try to get your chin back, your ears back. Good, hinge forward over that left leg, just hold here. Same thing, I'm still lifting my hands away from my ribs, or yeah, away from the back side of my body. One more breath. We're going up into that warrior 3, so slowly transitioning to that leg picking up, holding here. Good, slowly standing into the chair, release the arms, let them float forward. So we're going back into that skier position. So you're low in your chair, your belly's lifted off your thighs. We're gonna swing the hands back, lift the toes, get into a parallel position with your back, your spine, your upper body. And then bring the hands back up, lift your chest. Flatten out the back, lower down, lift the heels. Lift the arms, lift the chest, lift the belly. Let's go for 4. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Good job. Hands come back up. Bring your hands into this prayer position here. And now we're gonna just take left ankle, cross it over the right thigh, and you're gonna sit in this single leg chair. Good, 1 more breath. Try not to come up in elevation. Can we just uncross the leg and switch sides? Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Stay low, flex the foot. Find a little hip stretch. Good, uncross the legs. Stay low. Left heel is gonna come up into the right butt, or into your left butt cheek. So we're gonna stay low, just squeeze the heel up. Now taking your time, you're gonna start to extend that left leg back all the way into this warrior three. And then slowly we're gonna pick up off that right thigh. So I want you to feel your body physically feel like it lifts up off the leg bone. And then you're gonna rotate towards your left. So we're turning into this half moon. And then we're gonna slowly step all the way back to the mat, warrior two. Right knee is gonna point over that second toe. Let's come into our side angle here. Right elbow can come to the knee, or the arm can just press back into the thigh. Left arm over the ear, lengthen out. Good. From here, I want to just pivot onto the toes, turn myself back forward, keeping my left arm reaching. So now I'm back in kind of a lunge position, and I'm going to come back up into that warrior three. I'm going to sit back down into that chair. Both arms come up, hands to the heart. Now my right heel is going to come into the butt. I'm going to hover, just holding. And then slowly with control, I'm going to start to reach my right leg back as I come into warrior three. Now again, I want you to feel this energy lift up off that left leg, so you're not just hanging out on top of the leg bone, you're really picking up all the muscles, turning yourself to the right, and then slowly bending that left knee, stepping the right foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. We'll find the side angle, left arm in front or left elbow on the knee, right arm reaches. Keep reaching that right arm. Now slowly, you're gonna just pivot onto the ball of that right foot, turn yourself forward. Now you're facing the front of your mat again. And then we're gonna come all the way back up to step back into that chair. Both hands can come up, hands come to the heart. Take your right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Look at your knees, I want you to keep them together. Push your palms together and start to turn your chest towards your thumbs. Keep your knees together. Just turning the ribs, the sternum. One more big breath. Good, now shift your weight into that left foot. Keep yourself in this twist. And again, we're gonna pick up the right foot. Slowly, holding. You're gonna step the right foot to the back of the mat. Yes. Now you're in this twisted lunge. Holding here. Good. So reach that right heel back. We're just gonna tap the right knee to the floor, pick it back up, knee towards the floor, pick it up. Keep those hands together, keep your chest twisting. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Let's go ahead and take that right knee to the ground. Both hands on the inside of the left foot, so wiggle that left foot out. Chest is forward, stretch the hip. Now keep your ankle feeling like it has no wrinkles on either side, and you're gonna just let the knee fall out to the left and turn onto the outer blade of the foot. So I don't want your ankle to sickle around. I want you to feel like the whole shape of the leg kind of presses out to the side, and you allow your foot to kind of lean over to the outer blade of the left foot. Good, come back to center. Wiggle the foot back to center and the hands on either side. Pick up the back knee, look forward, pick up your hands, hands to the heart, and we're just gonna step the right foot to meet the left, back into that chair. You should have felt that left leg. All right, hands at the heart, rotate to the right. Left elbow hooks onto that right knee. Get your knees in line. You're gonna wanna swivel one past each other. Try to keep them together. Palms are gonna press together. And you're gonna start to turn your sternum towards your thumbs. Give me one more breath. Take your belly up off your thighs. Now slowly, start to put all your weight into your right foot. We're gonna start to bring the left heel up, just hovering. And then slowly stepping to the back of the mat. Staying in this twist. Remember, my right hip is trying to hug in towards center. So don't let that right hip go swaying off to the side. And now we're gonna do our little knee taps. So if you need to wiggle your toes back on that left foot, do it. Tap the floor with the left knee, pick it up. Tap, pick it up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, left knee comes all the way down. Go ahead and bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. Let your hips fall towards the floor. Good, and then we're just gonna let that right knee and foot kind of lean out to the right. So I'm on the outer edge of my right foot. I'm not rounding in my ankle. And it should feel like it's all in the hip. No knee pain. Good. Place that right foot back down. Both hands on the ground, look forward, pick up the back knee. Good, then pick up your upper body, hands to the heart. We're just gonna step the left foot to the right, we're back in our chair. Good, let's inhale, stand all the way up. Swing the arms all the way to the ceiling, palms are gonna touch. And then exhale, bring those hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers, open the chest up towards the ceiling, hug those elbows in. Pull the hands a little bit away from your hips. And then you can wiggle your feet a little bit apart if you want to have them like maybe just hips width distance apart. Because we're going to soften the knees and we're going to fold forward and try to let those hands come up and overhead. So again, your knees can be nicely bent just a little bit to get your belly maybe towards your thighs. And then your arms can continue up and forward. Just maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here. Good, release your hands down to the floor. Look forward and step the feet back to plank. Holding here. Take a deep breath. We're gonna look forward. We're gonna step the right foot to the outside of your pinky on the right hand. Then we're gonna step the left foot to the outside of the left pinky. Drop the hips. Lift your chest. We're in this kind of froggy squat. Palms pressed together, chest lifts. Good, now you're gonna place your hands back and we're gonna hop back to our plank. But I want you to land with soft knees and soft elbows. So you're gonna press into your hands and you're gonna hop back. And I want you to kind of touch yourself with your elbows soft and your knees bent. Look forward, bend your knees. This time we're gonna try to hop back forward. Hop, and then we're gonna hop back, hop. So again, I'm not landing rigid. I'm feeling real soft in my elbows, my knees, my hips, like a little frog. Then I'm gonna land real soft when I go back. Give me just 2 more. Hop forward, little soft bounce. Hop back. Last one, hop, hop. Good job, all right, look forward, knees to the floor. Let's do our push-ups. Take your hands a little wide. And we're gonna go elbows wide, up and down, on the knees. Let's see if we can get 8. Chest is forward, 7. Open up the shoulders, 6, 5. Use your back muscles here. Here's 3, 2, 1. All the way to the floor. All right, here's our little side reaches. So press into the feet. Bring those arms up, reach from right to left, center, left to right, center. Just alternating back and forth. And if you're ready, you can pick up the legs. They can be hovering with you. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms up, little cactus arms. Elbows go down, pinkies come up, chest comes up. So I want you to feel like the arms and the chest are working together as a unit. Elbows go down, chest comes up, hands come up. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down under those elbows. Press back to the knees or toes. And down, we're going to take a child's pose. Good. Pick up your hips and walk your hands way forward for puppy. I want you to keep your palms on the floor, your biceps turning up. So again, I'm externally rotating my arm bones, so it feels like my shoulders are nice and broad in the upper neck area. And then I'll lower my forehead to the ground, maybe my chest. But I'm going to try and keep my belly pulling up away from my thighs. Find the stretch in the chest, maybe the upper back, with a little back bend. Give me just 2 more breaths like this. Hips are up over the knees. Good. Press down and walk your hands back in. Just keep the left hand a little bit forward of the shoulder. Right palm's gonna face up. We're gonna thread this needle. So the right arm's gonna go all the way under until you come to your right ear. And then you can use this left hand as a little bit of a kickstand to help rotate your chest and ribs towards that left side. Good. Take one more big breath. Press back up through center. Right hand's gonna be on the floor, again, just a little in front of that shoulder. Left hand's gonna thread under. And now left ear's gonna come to the floor. And I'm gonna use my right arm as a kickstand and slightly turn the chest a little more towards the right. Nice full breaths here. Take one more big inhale. Good. Press down into those palms. Give yourself maybe just a couple of shoulder circles. Moving the shoulders and the shoulder blades in a circular motion, and then we'll go the other way. Tuck those toes. Bring your knees all the way together. See if you can get all 10 toes on the floor, the pinky toe too. And then take your butt back towards your heels and start to put a little weight. So you can just stretch the bottoms of your feet. You can start to walk your hands in towards your thighs and lean back. But I just want to stretch a little bit of those toes. So see if you get the pinky toe down too. If it feels like it's breaking your toes, that's kind of normal. Don't push it. But it should feel like you're getting some stretch to the bottom of the foot and some movement in the toes. Give me one more breath here. Lean forward. Just cross the right leg behind your left. Take your feet apart. Move your hips slowly back. First, just kind of stretching, maybe moving from left to right. And then we're going to sit all the way down on our bottoms. So your feet are wide of your hips, but the knees feel stacked. Oh shoot, feet are flexed. Sorry, I'm just seeing our time. We'll get moving. We're almost done. So you've got your left leg on top. Let's take our right arm on top of our left into this kind of grip that we've got. Either the hands can be together from the top of the hand or the palms. We've got right elbow on top of left, and then we're just gonna round the back, bringing the elbows towards the knees. Let the chin drop towards your chest. Good, pick it back up. Unwind. Come back forward over those knees and switch it. So uncross, bring the left behind the right, move the feet apart, start to lean back first, good stretch, maybe wiggle the hips back and forth. And again, there should be no pain in the knees. So if the knees bother you doing this, then we can always just come into a seated figure 4 or something that's a little more sensitive to the joint. All right, so now we've got our right leg on top. We're gonna take the left arm on top. Okay, so the left arm's on top of the right. And then we're gonna round down towards the knees with the elbows. And let your chin drop towards your chest. And 2 more breaths. Good, slowly come up. Unwind. You can uncross those legs. And you are done. If there's anything else you want to stretch, go for it.